Hello everyone, welcome to Wind Down Friday. Today we have a special guest, Paolo Fioravanti, CEO and co-founder of Circuit Integrated Hellas. Hi Paolo, welcome aboard. How are you?
Hi, Maurizio. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So where are you located, Paolo?
I'm located in Athens, Greece, and it has been about 10 years, short of 10 years that the company has been established here.
Good.
But I've lived in Greece for about 20 years now. Got married and moved here after studying around Europe, in Italy first, and then in the UK for my PhD. And now settled and decided to make Greece great again.
Nice. So Paolo, let's talk about you. I have prepared a couple of questions to share with you. So you have been a driving force in millimeter wave and RFIC technology for over 2 decades, probably. So tell us more about you. What initially drew you to this field? What keeps you excited about it in these days?
Well, I started with engineering, and before that, I was already passionate about robotics. So I decided to go for engineering and control system in particular. I studied in university for the University of L'Aquila in Italy. And there I started understanding control laws and studying advanced mathematics and programming mostly in order to optimize processes and robotic behavior. Then through an opportunity, I had the chance to join a PhD program in the UK. It was about RF power microelectronics. And I started realizing that I really wanted to build things up and start designing and then fabricating things. So that initially was a very strong drive to move from the programming and just keyboard typing to make things real, although after a lot of modeling and simulation. And with the PhD done, my very first opportunity was not in actual design of devices like my PhD, but integrated circuit design. So I moved to Greece. I worked in an excellent startup at the time, which is called telecom Microelectronics, founded by Yannis Tsividis, a very famous name in microelectronics. And started working on filters, complex circuitry, analog for the most. And that excited me even more. I decided to focus on this until events started taking place, and kept me always hooked to the field. And I really enjoyed it, and I still do. I enjoy the fact that you do design, but then you fabricate, you measure, you debug, and it's really exciting to have a chip, that you have designed, doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and working seamlessly, and the first time. So this is a very strong, feeling, and that's what is still driving me today.
Nice, very nice. So we have in common the University of L'Aquila and the city of L'Aquila. Really nice place. So,
yeah.
Paolo, you have worked on everything in terms of microwave, in terms of beamforming. So which project, milestone you would share with us that you remember with particular consideration stands out as the most rewarding or transformative in your career?
Well, as you said, I had a fairly long career. I started in an IC startup, as I mentioned before, and had the chance to work with many companies in design service mode. And eventually I joined a bigger corporation. I was part of Broadcom for a while before founding Circuit Integrated. But in the middle between these two experiences, Data Microelectronics and Broadcom, I had the chance to work for a satellite company called Gilad Satellite Network. I was a contractor there initially. And in there, my approach to the IC and microelectronics work changed completely. I was given an opportunity at a certain point to drive technically lead the team. Most experiences were really rewarding, and it was a complex system which had to work at very high frequency, implementing beamforming capabilities, and at a time where there was not a lot of competition. Kilat was one of the first companies to actually go and bet on beamformers. And when the chip came back the first time and it was working, apart some minor board issues in its use, it was really rewarding, amazing. Everybody was happy. I think the team that worked on that project still has very strong bonds, and everybody was like crazy love between the engineers. Everybody happy, and yeah, it was really defining. And I've learned a lot there, and it shaped the way I work even more so than the previous experiences. And that's probably the reason why Circuits Integrated was born.
So let's move in terms of outside of work, as the philosophy of Wind Down Friday. So let's talk about a bit of you. So how do you recharge your batteries? So please share with us any hobbies, passions that keep you balanced.
I would start with a single word, ouch. That's a painful question. This period of my life is very busy, extremely. I have a wonderful family, which requires my attention. I have a company which is growing, which requires my attention. So time is not something easy to find. And I have to admit, especially in my mother's words, I am neglecting myself. So I should do better. I should have more time allocated to me. But yeah, as I said, most of my focus on my family, I really unwind with them, and I try to spend all the time I have. So mostly what really chills me is nature. So going out, having walks in the mountain, and just contemplating how beautiful things are without human intervention. That's really makes my day. And then, yeah, summer is great. I live in Greece, so it's really nice to enjoy, sea-based activities. But my favorite, again, is the mountain. And my ideal setting is a stream by the mountain where you can bathe and really cool down to 6 degrees or 10 degrees water level temperature. And yeah, that's it. I'm a simple human being. Another fancy hobby. I was used to enjoy martial arts, but that's a long gone activity. I didn't manage to keep it up because of traveling, relocations that happened all across my life. That's it. Football with limitation of health injuries and stuff, but yeah, for the most, I'm a family guy.
Good, I see. Thank you, Paolo. So let's back in terms of technology. So you are the CEO and the co-founder of Circuit Integrated Hellas. So in terms of technology, I would like to share two topics: integration and miniaturization, that are big trends probably in microelectronics. So how is your company approaching the challenges in terms of packaging to guarantee more functionality into smaller footprints? And this is a big topic in different markets. Maybe you can tell us more. So especially at millimeter wave frequencies.
Yeah, of course. This is a great question to describe and introduce our company. Indeed, engineering is all based on optimization, and the core of optimization means things smaller, cheaper, and more performant. So as long as you can do that, you will be a fairly successful company. Our recipe here at Circuits Integrated is to implement these principles in the beamforming and application. So we came up with a number of incremental small changes, which all together, if assembled correctly and the way we plan to do, and according to our IP protection and our trade secrets, then the advantage on the system can be really amazing. We're talking about shrinkage of 60% reduction of weight and simplicity that the system experiences after this kind of change. And this is all driven not just by integrating in package the antenna, but by finding a way to use in the same package 3-5 compound semiconductors like gallium arsenide for the most, but also gallium nitride and indium phosphate, and silicon chips. So you get the best of several worlds: the high performance, high frequency operation of 3-5, and the flexibility, controllability, programmability, and high integration levels of silicon. All together, if assembled correctly, taking care of minimizing losses and implementing different architectures that can give this kind of solution a clear advantage, then that makes a very big difference. That's exactly what we are putting together. We're trying to go from chip design to system design in an antenna and package solution. So simplifying all that comes after the chip development and putting ourselves exactly in the middle from traditional chip suppliers and antenna integrators. And this has a lot of applications, not just for telecommunication. It could be for advanced transmission systems, even energy transmission, wireless power transfer. It could be for radars. It could be for SATCOM on the move or general telecommunication. But our strong focus is Earth observation and the impact that this solution can have in space, where weight and area are really a fundamental constraint.
Thank you. So, in conclusion, my last question for you, Paolo. So, tell us more about what's next from your company, in particular, talking about telecommunication. So, if there is a trend and innovation that you believe could have a big or the biggest impact in the next years, and how your company is working, is positioning itself to take the lead in this space.
Yeah, I glimpsed at it before. So yeah, we believe that our first step should be moving to Earth observation market and the satellite side of the phase array telecommunication channels. And this because there is the equivalent of the gold rush to space. So everybody is going to space, not just wants to go to space. And many companies are growing and defining new technology and introducing new concepts every single day. I'm not just talking about Starlink, which made this gold rush possible, also with the Falcon 9, the Falcon Heavy, and the reduction of cost, but also with new ways of serving Earth, monitoring our environment, our planet, for various purposes. And in this application, our technology is really disruptive. Of course, we don't underestimate the impact of ground application. Yeah. That's probably the biggest market and where we want to go next. But establish our technology in space where it's challenging, it's hard, but it's also very, very cool. It's our first goal. Nevertheless, we're still providing design services as a company. We didn't start as a product delivering entity. We are transitioning to this mode, and so far, so good, very good traction. And hopefully in the next couple of months, there will be good news released from us about our progression and where we're going into the near future. What I want to stress about the product is the technology is really disruptive, it's resilient, and enables very high improvements of throughput for Earth observation satellites, which so far have been operated with the X-band frequency, and now they will be jumping with us to K-band, about 30 gigahertz maximum frequency of application, and 20x bandwidth and improvement for the telecommunication channel. So really, stay tuned because we will be there soon.
Thank you, Paolo. Thanks a lot for joining us at Wind Down Friday. Have a good weekend and stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurizio. Thanks for the opportunity again. It was a pleasure being here and meeting you.
The pleasure is mine. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you.